Introducing Jeff Wright, Employee Relations and Risk Manager with Baptist Community Services New South Wales and ACT, and a speaker at the National Workers' Compensation Summit 2008. Jeff, what does the Baptist Community Services do?
Well, Baptist Community Services, or BCS as we know it, covers New South Wales and ACT in over 100 locations, and we're mainly aged and community care focused, principally elderly and frail aged and disadvantaged people, or clients as we refer to them. My role is to care for the staff who care for those people.
So Jeff, is the workers' compensation system ready for an ageing workforce?
Well, at the moment there's no change because it's a no-fault system and workers' compensation is still a cost of doing business and we have to manage that cost. And in BCS, well, 35% of our workforce is over age 60 anyway, so we're operating in that system. And given that we're dealing with frail and aged people and we're a charitable organisation as well, we have limited funding. So that's another challenge in managing that cost.
What are the key risks employers need to consider in managing an ageing workforce?
Well, if you look at the top, the key risk is how you employ and support those staff. So leadership in the organisation is important, and the safety culture. So there are the key risks. If you've got good staff and they love working for you, that's the key. Sure, you have claims, so we take it down to the lower level risk, but mainly manual handling is our biggest issue. Dealing with people with challenging behaviours, that can take its toll in some cases, but manual handling is our biggest risk.
Is there much evidence to show that older workers are at greater risk of injury than younger workers, or have longer periods of disability?
Well, given most of our workforce, 65% is over age 50, most of our claims do reflect an older workforce and costs. It still gets back to the leadership in the organisation, how we manage that, and coming back down to managing the claim and providing the suitable duties and supporting our staff.
Does the cost of claim increase with age?
I'd argue that it depends on how you manage the claim. Our more expensive claims are in the age category of 40 to 50. Although we had one recent claim where a lady in her 70s incurred a serious injury, and that obviously has costs there in terms of recovery time. So that can vary.
Jeff, we hear of carpal tunnel syndrome, rotator cuff and ligament damage as age-related injuries. How can an employer minimise exposure to this kind of risk?
Well, surely it gets back to safe systems, so you don't have the claims in the first place. But when we do have the claims, we're finding in New South Wales the system is getting tighter to actually challenge those claims where it could be underlying conditions or degenerative change. And that's one of the difficulties we face with an older workforce.
Finally, Jeff, what thoughts about the ageing workforce would you like delegates at the National Workers' Compensation Summit to take away with them?
An older workforce are still good staff. And it gets down to leadership of your organisation. If you have the culture, the support, importantly the safety culture and systems in place, irrespective of age, it applies across the entire workforce. One last thing too is on the issue of harmonisation amongst all the states and territories. It would be great if it happened for both OH&S and workers' comp, and that would be a positive move.
Jeff Wright, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
For more information about the 9th Annual National Workers' Compensation Summit 2008, visit www.nationalworkerscomp.com.au.